Little Rimrims, my name is Samuel Streamer and I'm here to ask and answer one simple question. Why have I wasted my life? Yesterday was 8 of my fine hours on this here earth spent chopping trees. And now I am Woodlord. Hope you're strapped on because today I can finally do all I ever want to do in my life. Build base. What do you mean? What do you mean you're hunting my dinosaurs for food? Banish that man! Banish him! I don't think that really helped. All I've done is teleport him probably closer to the dinosaur that he was trying to eat. Oh, I will admit, I have engaged in a little bit excess of eco-terrorism, but don't worry, we can fix it. We can just remove this ground and restore it to the way it was when we've built the base. I think that comes first, because there is a fairly major base expansion on the cards, given that we have 20 people, 2 more on the way, and of course, the medieval era looming over us like a sword of Damocles. Made of the finest steel. So no more compromises, no more just smashing stuff onto a tiny little island because we can. First things first, let's build proper, dedicated stockpiles. Before I start putting down buildings, let's plan out some sort of defensive wall here. I think the last thing we want is people spawning in and immediately having access to our warehouses. That doesn't seem like that's particularly sensible. Walnut became a child. Stop changing the names of my damn children, you weird game. If I call someone Walnut, they're staying Walnut. One character I would have been happy for you to rename, you don't bother. It's weird how that works. Oh god, speaking of people who were renamed, I've put Magic Baby back to Magic Baby. We gotta talk about the Magic Baby situation. You might remember the Magic Baby's mother, Quantum Quippy, who of course went over to the Republic of Randy to marry Biggest Dickus and smooth over relations. Of course, didn't really work, but it was a good attempt. Quantum Quippy was the clone of regular Quippy that happened for reasons I can't quite explain. Now, of course, Quippy was pregnant when Quippy was cloned. That means that the baby was cloned as well. One baby became Magic Baby. The other baby was Goga, as in the person currently in a relationship with Magic Baby. That means if they have any children, 2 of the children's grandparents are going to be Quippy. We've already lost control. This has become Crusader Kings. Of course, the game doesn't recognize them as actually being related, otherwise they'd have never been able to get into a relationship in the first place. However, the child will have 2 Quippy McBibbies on its list of grandparents, which is kind of scary. Who am I to stand in the way of quantum love? Because of course, if you can't love your Neanderthal quantum self, who can you love in life, huh? Because Magic Baby didn't have a father, so it inherited all the same genes. They have exactly the same hair color and skin color. The skin color is on like a scale of 1 to 9. They've got exactly the same. It's identical in the save. So they are the same character for all intents and purposes. To be honest, not being a medieval makes it hard to know exactly what we've got to build, right? So I think a windmill would be kind of sick, because of course we've got to mill flour, that type of thing, sugarcane, blah, blah, blah. So I'll save an area for that, but unless I'm working off the research tree for stuff we don't know about. Ooh, I forgot about this. As soon as I started work on the Dryads, Pesky popped up in Discord. It's like, by the way, I made this mod, so obviously I had to add this. We can use the fallen bodies of Dryads to create weapons out of them, which I think is super appropriate. Look at this. We can turn Claw Dryads into a Claw Blade. Pretty great damage. Also gives work speed bonuses. Cue it up. Obviously, we won't automatically go to medieval era or anything like that, so we haven't got anything to worry about, but that's... I'm not going to say we're going to intentionally kill. I would never intentionally kill a Dryad ever. Should they fall in combat, which of course a few of them have, it means that we can recycle them. Much as we're recycling the limbs from our fallen colonists, as we did yesterday with Ed. It's quite nice. I feel like we've got a very... Well, I was going to say eco-friendly, but you know what? I'll stop right there. Lock up the children. We've got a man-hunting pack of raptors. They've spawned on the water. Okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. Just go around my beautiful wall, you pricks. Red alert, red alert. This is when we fall back to the castle. They can't get through these walls. This is sealed in now. Come here. Let's do that potential unleash. See what exactly it does for her. People weren't happy about this choice. There were a lot of people like, I don't understand why you did that. I think it makes perfect sense that our colony defender would want to... excuse me. Okay, it takes a little while to warm up here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I think it makes perfect sense that our colony defender would shoulder that burden of colony defense by herself. I think it's totally fine. Very above board, very acceptable. You've got a mouthful of jewels. Do I even want to check? Holy shit. Lower pain, higher consciousness, higher sight, hearing, moving, lower hunger, lower tiredness, lower mental break threshold, melee hit chance, melee dodge chance. She just basically turns into that one-person army again. Obviously, it burns her out, but the idea of her, again, shouldering that burden so the whole colony isn't in any sort of danger makes perfect sense. How did you get in? Right, I see the issue. Okay, I'm understanding now. Some fortress. Oh, God, Celestine. Left eye suffered a permanent injury. Is that not your... Were you not already missing an eye? Oh my God, she had a cataphract. We'll sort you out, I promise. I say cataphract? You know what I meant. I'll sort you out, I promise. Let's just do one of those. Yeah, that's better. Quickly, everyone, fall back to the not-so-impenetrable fortress. Very penetrable. I know that Celestine is very old, probably going to die anytime soon, not doing too well. I feel like this is the type of colony where we would try and improve her life, you know, give her some good end-of-life care. We can potentially harvest that eye. It's like a 75% chance to get that eye back. This is what separates Alpha from Mo, right? He was a mechanism for madness. He was just an ends justify the means character by any stretch necessary. That's not how we're conducting business this time. Not this time. Alpha is selfless to those who worship her unquestioningly. You see, there's a little bit of nuance to it. You gotta engage your brain a little bit here. Oh, no, this is cool. I don't normally do this quest. We've got diplomacy with Biggest Senator of the Republic of Ferny. They've sent us a message, and they want to talk in a nearby location. It could be a great opportunity to improve relations, and if we send Alpha, we get a bonus. Now, that's really interesting. I don't normally ever do it, because I don't think it's like, majorly impactful. But, in this situation... It could be Quantum Quibi, you know? It could be our woman on the inside there leaning on Biggest Dickers saying, hey, not like that. Leaning on Biggest Dickers saying, hey, just chat with these people. Explain why. Like, we don't know their side of the story. Maybe they had to move to the mountains to mine iron because their city was about to be washed away in some flood. And they needed some way to build a flood barrier, for example. I mean, obviously, we know that's not the case. It can't happen in Rimworld, but we don't know what's going on. Therefore, I think we send Alpha... We send only Alpha. Maybe we send Alpha on the Sarumbo as a real hyper flex. Just to really send... Not to be threatening, but to communicate to them that we're here for business. I did not give you permission to name that child Kelly. Okay? How many fucking cavemen you know called Kelly? I mean, how many do you know called, like, Dinosaur T or Phil? I mean, I get it. Okay, I understand. I feel like nicknames should be generic words, adjectives, something like that, instead of, like, real names. I could have a colonist called Dave, and they give him a nickname of Bert, or something like that. I don't understand you get nicknames like that in real life. You know, they kind of get out of hand. But it would make sense if it was, like, Tiny, or Big Fella, or, you know, stuff like that. Stuff that feels like a real nickname. Like, instead of Valentinus, they might just call him Val, right? Or instead of Black Throbber, they might call you... quite literally anything else, because that's a random name I'm not standing by. Get it? I get the naming scheme, okay? Your father was Throbber the Lobber. You are called Purple. Your child, I mean, the names make sense, just not in that order. I'm not a fan. So, I'm not just going to build a city for the purpose of building the city. I'm going to plan these out so that we've got buildings that the size and the positioning makes sense for the stuff that we've got in excess, right? We've got 3 premium Roman city planners here who've come from a very fancy empire that covers the planet, obviously far more advanced than us. I think these 3 are really going to help us get the city in order, you know? Fix the issues we've got, Dishes, Mantle, and Hippo. We can work with Alpha, advise Alpha on how to make this city really work for us, because right now, this is not. So I had a look at the stockpile and thought, Jesus, we've got a lot of linen and leather and hay cloth and all that type of stuff. So we'll dedicate a pretty enormous building to storing those. Now, these will be kind of low priority storage. When we build the actual crafting areas, so like a tailor workshop, a furnace, a forge, whatever, the windmill, we'll have storage attached to those buildings that's smaller. This can just be kind of the overflow. Someone want to explain to me what just happened? Peace talks flounder. Okay. Talks flounders. Delegates managed to communicate clearly with basic respect, but were not able to make any progress on genuine issues. Alpha gained 6,000 social experience. Where is Alpha? She's just like got all the caravans disappeared specifically. Oh no, it hasn't disappeared. Oh, she's here. Is she? Oh, she's not here. Okay, hold on. What the fuck is this? Okay, hold on a second. What the hell is going on here? Alpha is gone. We haven't... Wait, I haven't paused. Okay, that's really strange. So, Alpha isn't here. The caravan hasn't gone missing. We've still got the Sarumbo, which is just there. It can't... Okay, so it's too heavy to move. What if I drop all of Alpha's meals? You kept her inventory as well. The heal route was there. Did you see that? Okay, go home. Stop because everybody is downed. What's happened? What's happened? What's happened? She's alive, connected to Alpha. She's alive. Okay. Has anybody got Alpha on their tab here so I can see what the fuck has just happened? Well, I thought one of you would have Alpha, surely. Alpha, best friend! They were best friends? Oh, that's so sad. That's so cool for Yeetmore Jones. He went from a fucking full-on colony villain killing Froji to best friends. Hostile Republic of Randy. Did they just kidnap Alpha at peace talks? Okay, I'm furious. I don't know what impact this is going to have on the playthrough going forward. I'm also not sure that's supposed to happen at all. We can get her back though, right? I'm sure we can get her back. Best friend recruited me, chit-chat, but everything else is reset to 0 because she's a different faction. Oh my god. They've just kidnapped Alpha. I've never seen that happen before. It wasn't even like the bad outcome. That was just Peace Talks flounder. Oh. Quantum Quibi has achieved their Grow Old inspiration. Oh, good for Quantum Quibi. So it's still tracking her out in the Republic of Randy. So what the fuck is going on here? She's an interesting shell with mantle. Mobile caravan. Okay. Well, I guess this is the story then. Alpha goes to attend peace talks, and they kidnap her. The thing is, she's out there, because obviously the trees are connected. We also didn't get a notification that we have to... We're not, like, missing a colony roll, right? So what if I say begin roll change? Does it say... Hold on. If we say leader... If I do that, does it say Alpha will lose the roll? No. So she's just out there somewhere. We've got to get her back. This is fucking crazy. I've never seen this happen before. To be fair, I never normally do that event. This is the coolest shit that's ever happened. But if we can't get her back, I'll probably cry. I mean, obviously we'll get her back. Don't worry about that. There are mods that you can add that let you just rant to people. Oh, we don't even need to worry about it because we've got, eventually, the warrants mod that pops up. Which I think turns up in Medieval or something like that. I'm not sure if I love this or hate this. I think this could be really genuinely cool. When's the colony going to start to panic, though? A day after she was supposed to come back? 2 days? More importantly, I've got to send someone out there to go get the Sarumbo, because that's still there. I don't know how this has happened. I think it might be a bug. It's a bug, but like most bugs in this game, you can either say, oh, everything's not perfect, I'm really angry. Or you can say, actually, this is the coolest shit that could have happened for the story. Because now we've got to elect a colony leader from the people that are still here. I'll be honest, I don't really know what to do at this point. I think colony leader might just be Quibi. Maybe Valentinus? Valentinus has been here the longest. You're also the eldest. Oh, this is super interesting. I think I kind of like it. I think I'm coming around to the idea. Okay, first things first. I think the logical thing the colony would do is say, Alpha hasn't come back. She was supposed to be back by now. We'll send out a caravan to investigate, find out what's going on. Maybe things are late. You would send someone out with some authority. Someone who, just in case they're still at the peace talks, won't be an embarrassment to send. I think we send Yeetmore, Blessed of Froji, apparently Alpha's best friend, which is sick. I think we send her on a Triceratops, again, for a bit of flex. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's because I sent someone on an animal that it broke everything, but we'll fight. We'll see. We'll be fine. I think this is really cool. I mean, worst case scenario, I can get her back no matter what, right? Because she's still out there. So we send Yeetmore, have her go and investigate, find out what's happened. I mean, if nothing else, we can bring back the Sarumbo, but like finding the Sarumbo without Alpha is such a cool mystery. This is amazing intrigue. Those actual motherfuckers. Does it say here? Summon proximity traded. Yeah. That's fucking crazy. So, in that case... Okay, so Yeetmore finds Alpha isn't there. She comes back, tells everybody, oh, by the way, Alpha's not there. I found the Sarumbo. Alpha's gone. Whatever the peace talks were, nobody was there. She's arrived. She's arrived. And there's no Alpha. Bring them home. At least bring the Sarumbo home. She's not just bringing home that Sarumbo. She is bringing home some of the worst news this colony will ever face. They're going to go into a full-blown panic. Society's going to break down. We're going to revert to cavemen. Or are they going to take all of that knowledge Alpha has given them? Are they going to be able to stabilize? Is a leader going to be able to come out on top and unify these people? We've got our 3 Roman planners here to help us out. We've got an incredible amount of intellectual powerhouses from our own colony here. I think Quibi might jump in charge. 13 intellectual, incredibly skilled, Quantum Quibi evil all along. And our Quibi becomes the good Quibi. That's fun. Maybe this was Quantum Quibi's plan. kidnap Alpha. I don't want to ruin the magic too much, but I think this is just a caravanning bug. Alpha was shunted out into world pawns, and when your colonists go out into the world, there's a chance they can just flip faction right when they become a world pawn. So say for example when a colonist, obviously not part of caravanning, but when a colonist gives up, the give up event, they can occasionally just be added to a random faction. When a colonist is kidnapped, there's a chance they will flip over to the faction that kidnapped them. I think what happened is there was a caravanning bug, hence why the caravan didn't despawn. I've never seen that ever. And I think, randomly, she was assigned to the Republic of Randy. However, forget that. Pretend I didn't say any of that. She was kidnapped at a peace talks. I mean, if ever there's been a reason to go into all-out war, this could be it. And oh my god, we have enough to make some armor. I don't think we've got good metal armor yet, though, have we? Oh, we do, of course. We've got Centurion gear that our Romans brought over. Oh, we've got the shields. We've got the legionary stuff. Wipe out the Republic of Randy. I mean, they weren't our enemies. They weren't supposed to be our enemies, but they forward settled us, and now Alpha, maybe because of a bug, has been kidnapped by them. Well, they've returned safely. How terribly suspicious. Oh, Magic Baby just became an optimist. Magic Baby, do I have some bad news for you? We must convene the council. A new leader must be chosen. Quibi shall be elected colony leader, and then I think we'll do a leader speech to see if the people approve of Quibi. Or even then, just to see if the people don't immediately fall into panic and chaos. Oh, God. Oh, God, the panic. Oh, the panic. I mean, the quality was 89%. Quibi did a good job in good conditions. It's just the people don't know what to do. Alpha is gone. They're guiding light this entire time. Here's the question. What if we go to war? Can I take the Dryads? Can we control the Dryads anymore? What can we go to war with? So we can take the Awakened Claw Dryads, obviously Froji, Triceratops. Can the Triceratops be trained for war? They can. Ooh. It'll take a long time to train them for war. But we might have to. Realistically, what choice do we have but war? It was going to be war anyway when they settled our territory. And I think them kidnapping our leader should be the turning point, like the real turning point. I could have tolerated them living there, and I could have bonked them over the head when they turned up to the colony and just dealt with it that way. But this is something very, very, very different. We just panic right now? What's the play? Monkeys giving birth. Okay, well, let's deal with it. Let's just take it a day at a time, huh? It's not as if we could go to war really right now, even if we wanted to. We're not prepared. We're not going to be able to take on all of those people. We need some good, decent armor. Dr. Phil's on it. Dr. Phil, you legend. Go, Dr. Phil. Child. Monkey obtained the jealous trait. What the hell? What the fuck are you talking about? She decided about becoming a parent has developed the jealous trait. It's degrading to have a less impressive bedroom than someone else. I guess she wants something nicer for her family because she's got such a large family now. Oh. Well, that's really annoying and quite bizarre. Larger houses were on the to-do list. Obviously, I want to finish off tidying all the stockpiles first. Then we'll talk about it. Oh. Phil. Phil! Oh, he died of mortality, though it does appear like he was crushed by an enormous dinosaur. I promise that was incidental. Oh, Phil. Where is he? Dr. Phil himself. Oh, you did some incredible work, Dr. Phil. Incredible work, of course, not only saving our people's lives, but upgrading our dinosaur. Our anima-powered Sarumbo, the most powerful dinosaur of all, swapping out its heart for something that connects to the animatree. I think that's amazing. What a legacy! So I'm going to name the Sarumbo Phil Jr. You wearing that on your head? Take that off. I'm Batman. You look amazing, though. Alpha never got to say goodbye to Phil. Alpha never got to say goodbye to Phil. Do we have a good doctor in the colony now that Phil's gone? Not really. Like actually kind of a pretty terrible situation, to be completely honest. Today has just been a day of loss, hasn't it? Alpha kidnapped, Phil dying, honestly, at a very young age compared to all the other retirees in the colony here. Thank you, Dinosaur. I think we needed that. Oh my god, stop. Stop. We're going to have to set a 2-child limit per family. Otherwise, we're just going to end up with... Next generation is just inbreeding the whole way down. And that's quite rich, given that one character is married effectively to themselves. What we need are bigger houses. That's really kind of an important change here. Kind of an essential change of plan, given that we're just crammed into basically the smallest houses we possibly can and fit a double bed in it. So I think this area... All of this area leading up to this road running from north to south, I guess I'll just start filling with slightly larger houses. A little baby. Hello, little baby. How you doing? Baby Kaguga. We'll name you all properly at some other point. I think we've got things to panic about right now. How you doing? This is, somebody dishes. Baby dishes. Let's see if there's a random name that pops up that's funny. Otherwise, I'm leaving you to whatever we end up on. Eagle Dishes is pretty damn good. Behold, houses. I mean, slightly larger, but still kind of small. I'm going to keep them as one enormous room, and we'll just chuck, like, kids' beds in there alongside them. Feel weird sitting here building houses when Alpha's been kidnapped. Well, that was the whole point of yesterday, chopping down 1,000 trees. It just feels like it feels wrong. I've moved the textiles workshop over to here. We've got some other barrels that I'm gonna shove the other stuff in there, like the linens and the cloths and whatnot. We've got stuff for apparel. Now look, I'd love to do better for storage. We haven't invented it yet. Everything is going in baskets until I say otherwise. We've got the wood stockpile because we had a tremendous amount of wood left over, which is very, very annoying. I think a lot of these houses, I'm just gonna smash the walls down and connect them up. Like, connect those 3, connect maybe those 2 and these 2 as well. Just link it all together in kind of this similar style that we've got going on over here. Ah, growth moment for my favorite little guy. Hello. You've been through a lot. I mean, the whole colony has been through a lot today. Artistic or shooting? Shooting, because maybe we start focusing on the warfare a little bit. Too smart. The smartest little shooter of all. That will actually help tremendously overcome that annoying slow study that you've inherited there. Global learning factor up by 75%. In fact, it more than offsets it. Now I think we get to business. I'm happy we've cleared out enough of these areas. And I made it a bit more convenient by obviously replacing that dock for vehicles that we don't even have in the mod pack. Instead, that's a bridge. Nice and convenient. You wake up, you might want to run down here, go to work, do whatever it is you got to do. It's all a bit more convenient this way. I think we turn this into a proper weapons manufacturing area. There's no way I'm going to be able to make a bunch of bronze swords. There's no way I'm going to be able to make a bunch of bronze armor sets out of a shed. So let's sort this out properly. You son of a bitch. Randy have set up another settlement. The longer we leave it, the harder it's going to be to defeat them, because they may just get another settlement and another settlement. Pray! Pray at the anima tree. Pray for Alpha. Then when she returns to us, she will be stronger than ever before. We might be able to link like 3 times when we get her back. And it's a case of when we get her back. As long as she's out there in the world, we can guarantee bringing her back at some point. I'm not concerned about that. I can't wait for us to invent proper floors. Jesus Christ. And of course, if we're going to war, we're going to need some herbalist stuff, whatever we can get here. Anima joints increase psychic sensitivity. Sleep minus 10%. Okay, not super useful. I mean, the psychic tea, maybe before we go to battle, increase sleep, reduce pain. Could be pretty good. Boom, there we go. Development points changed from 6 to 8, and that's another person converted. Who's that one? I think was you, Antonia. Tullius Antonia, who I will rename. What the fuck's going on in there? What are they doing in there? Come on, squad. We're right there. We can almost kick it all into full production. Have we got enough bricks for that one? We're good. We're good. Here we go. So, I don't think we need to make any more bronze. I don't know what's the best kind of weapon that we want to make. I think a good variety is better than just going for what's always objectively the best weapon. I think it's a little boring sometimes. Like, Gladius is pretty good. Obviously, like swords and shields, maybe a combo with that and a heavy club, so we're not kind of forgetting. I mean, especially for the older generation as well, kind of where we came from a bit. In terms of ranged weapons, it's shit still. We've only got short bows. Well, here it goes. I mean, I really wasn't expecting to be forced to do this today. We certainly weren't ready for it. Obviously, trying to build the entire bloody base sort of came first. Especially given the amount of effort that went into preparation yesterday. This was not on my list of things to do. But here we go. We're working on it. We've got the Gladius lined up. Obviously, the armor sets and some other stuff. Not going to outfit the entire colony with Centurion gear. I think that'd be a pretty weird change. Bear in mind, a lot of these people, I'm pretty sure we're not going to be sending out to war anyway. Like, even Yeetmore, who is, like, a very, very good fighter, obviously has those extra abilities. It's like so old at this point. I don't think I'll even bother to rename the wild men that I recruited at the end of yesterday because nobody likes them. Like, the whole point of me recruiting them was so that we could get them into relationships, but nobody likes them. Like, I mean, we could potentially get you in a relationship with Celestine, but she's 79 years old. Like, Dinosaur was the one not in a relationship and doesn't want to get in one. And you know what? Fine. Fine, okay, sure. I gave her an honest chance. I got a couple of new recruits in to see how she felt about it. She doesn't care. So that's it. I don't think I'll bother renaming these guys then. We were bought in as breeding stock and they were rejected. So they're just gonna they're just here to help sweep the floors now, I suppose. Not everybody needs a cool story after all. I mean, it's cool when everybody do have something unique about them, but you've got to have some of the kind of crappy underlings to prop the rest of them up, right? And sadly, that's what these guys are. Goga's just hit 13 crafting. Dinosaur is just about to hit 13 crafting. I mean, this is Throb of the Lobber's legacy. All of his descendants cracking out all these ridiculous weapons. Actually, what are you making? Gladius. That's not a Gladius. What is that? Make Gladius. Oh, it's a gladius, but it's styled to be Neolithic. Jagged sword. Oh, that's fucked up. The weapon is engraved with an illustration of hundreds of razors. Oh. Don't know if that's a war crime, specifically crafting your swords to be horrible jagged weapons like that, but that's okay. Sure thing. Rip and tear the Republic of Randy. Ultimate revenge for kidnapping Alpha. I gotta say, even though Alpha was kidnapped, the colony is ticking along. You know, plants are getting sowed. There's, like, obvious progress going here. Buildings are getting built. Weapons are getting smithed. The world is carrying on. I think they panicked a little bit there, but maybe Quibi has kept the shit together a little bit. Obvious way to check. Do other people like Quibi? What do you think of Quibi? Everybody loves Quibi. Everybody absolutely loves Quibi. Except for, like, Eagle Dishes. Eagle Dishes? Oh, the kid. So let me go over the stuff I built then, because I feel like I built this pretty quickly, or at least obviously did all of it off camera, right? We've got the textile area. It's all wood, all very flammable. We haven't invented any proper floors, like I said. We've only got, like, the totemic boards, and I'm not putting that everywhere. It would be very expensive. It would take forever. You're just like textiles, building a little bit of overflow there. We've got jewels and metal. We've got random items that don't really have anywhere else to go, like apparently a bee. Got a junk overflow again here, stone bricks, and obviously the brick cutting facilities. We've got the apparel crafting stuff, because that's obviously a big part of what we've been crafting. That's been a big load of effort so far with all the dinosaur hide shit to survive the weather. We've got our herbalism, which is really going to come into its own in the medieval era. Right now, we can't do a huge amount with it. And of course, our lovely new houses that I've got to get people to move into and knock the old ones down. Or at least, yeah, I think I will. I think I'll totally knock them down and build some new ones. Because that was, like I said, a big problem I've had in previous generation series where I build a house and that house is just like there forever. I mean, certain buildings would persevere for sure, but not basic wooden square houses, minimum size at the beginning of the playthrough. Don't think it makes much sense. What we'll have over here is another kind of kitchen-y kind of zone at some stage with a growing zone behind it for putting down whatever it is we've got. This is going to be our windmill as well, so lots of kind of sub-buildings dedicated to other stuff like grinding the sugarcane and shit like that. In fact, that's not what I want. That's a cement press. I need millstones. Well, we can at least get our people equipped with what we've got right now. More importantly, who am I sending, and do we want to set them to just non-stop training for a while? I think we cannot afford to take any of the old people. Walnut, my friend. Well, somehow we've absolutely nailed the education, if nothing else. So I'll take that one. Sadly, you've been born in a time of war. Shooting, medical, probably crafting wouldn't hurt as well. Optimistic, anarchist, eccentric, slothful. Oh, these are dreadful. Let's go optimistic. Beautiful. Oh, they're actually grinding it too, look. Ah, there you go. Working industry. That doesn't look too terrible. I'm not super happy with it. It's certainly far from finished, but for a Neolithic expansion, pretty much overnight, having been guided by our dear sweet Roman friends, this is a good start. I can build some larger houses now, too. We've got a bit more room. Oh. Mantle. You have indeed. Oh, I'm not going to lie. The Bronze Centurion armor with the War Mask does kind of go hard. That is a pretty sick aesthetic. Yeah, I won't make the Centurion helmets. Maybe we just save it and we just go for... Yeah, sod it. You know what? We're going to stick with War Masks. Go halfway between where we were and where we are now. I feel like it would be very odd if we just suddenly overnight, yeah, 3 people join us. We're Roman now. Hey, yeah, let's embrace that. No, we're going to go halfway. We're going to take their strengths, combine it with our own. Of course, the War Mask give you a higher pain tolerance. What does this do? The armor buffs nearby allies. Turn off when not in combat if performance is a concern. It's not. Centurion armor does what for me? Encourages nearby fighters to fight through the pain. Holy shit. We've got enormous bronze whacking clubs. 8.10 damage is actually very good. What was the Jade club? 9.64. Fair enough. I'm fine with that. Mantle is permanent. Must be the fancy armor. We've got our atlatls, or short bows, obviously, stylized. And then we've got those horrible jagged swords as well. I think we're almost there. I think tomorrow we hop on our Triceratops, we get out there, and we go and defend Alpha. In fact, let's let these animals roam a bit more. Let's also sell some dinosaurs, because quite frankly, we have a ridiculous amount. Or I could send them all to battle. I mean, I don't think I'd be able to train them all in time. Oh, the Triceratops are trained. Shit, we actually can take these to battle. I was going to raise these and sell them, because they only take 15 days to grow, but you know what? Do it for Alpha. What if we just go all in with a fucking dinosaur? A 70 large dinosaur army? That would be disgusting. I'm actually so in. I was going to get rid of them, but honestly, no. Let's just turn up with 8 Triceratops, all the Camarasaurus, the Stigmalock, everything. I think anybody under the age of I think anybody 40 or younger is drafted. I think we draft them up, I think we put a weapon in their hands, and I think we put them on a dinosaur, and we absolutely destroy the Republic of Randy. We're out of bronze. Holy shit, we're out of bronze. We might have to go out and do a little trading then. I mean, there is another alternative way we could get somebody maybe capable of helping us take out these republics, right? Magic baby, embrace your destiny. Become the little quantum warrior that you were arguably born to be. Let's gear you up for war. Unlike Alpha, who geared up for defense and utility, we go all in with war on you. What have you got for me? Ignite. Can I use that on people? This causes them to what? Throw up? Forces the target to vomit. Ooh. Okay. Hemostasis could be very, very good. Stop our people bleeding out. I think on a warfare, in a campaign, on a battlefield, whatever. I think that's way more necessary, especially when we've got healthcare as a meme. I think we just do non-stop linking. Even if it takes us days to get all this grass consumed. Give it all to Magic Baby. Level 2, there it is. But we don't stop there. Go back. Level 3 right now. Go. Level 2, I gotta go Blinding Pulse. I think it's one of the best defensive abilities we got. Yes, Alpha's got it. Alpha's not here. Okay? Alpha is not here. A real secret weapon. Boom. Chaos Skip I love. Vertigo Pulse is amazing. What is Engulf? Teleports a nanoscopic piece of the core of a star to an area, engulfing the area in flame. I mean, it's good. I mean, it's good, isn't it? But if we've got this many melee characters, it's so dangerous. Go for it. You know what? We're going to send a message. Because we've got so many people attending these bloody rituals. Every time we're getting shitloads more grass. We might be able to take Magic Baby all the way up to level 6 right here, right now. Boom. Go back. Immediately go back again. This is ridiculous. I will take... What is Skip Step? They move faster than the eye can follow. Utilize Skip Teleportation to increase the range and responsiveness. Ooh, they can only use it on themselves. Okay. Deep Regeneration. Regrows limbs? That looks like that regrows limbs. It will help with recovery from illness, fade scars, regenerate lost organs, limbs, or even reset brain suffering from addiction. Holy shit. Those exposed to it will be rather drained and will take significantly more time to adjust to the changes. Wow. Interdiction, what does that do? Teleports the target right next to the caster. Suck people over. And we just kill them from there. I mean, regular skip I like a lot. Just to be able to teleport people around. So I might go with that one. What is skip screen? The spherical skip gate that detonates any high-level projectiles trying to pass in or out of it. It's a high shield. Gotcha. Honestly, I think for war, let's take skip. Because with skip, I can pull people over to our melee characters anyway. If they've got some really good ranged character with some really powerful weapon, we just suck them over, beat them to death with our clubs. This is insane. This is insane because we can just do it again. We just go back. So that was our level 5. Mass Beckon. Potential Unleashed. I do really like that. Organ Skip. Kinda crazy. Berserk, though. Drive the people of the Republic of Randy mad. Turn them against one another. Here we go. Level 6 Psycast right there. Boom. Okay. I mean, Resurrect is crazy. Mass Reflect could be even crazier. Mass Chaos Skip, just scatter them all. Keep our people together. Berserk Pulse is also insane. Berserk Pulse dropping into a settlement is ridiculous. We need 30 Anima Grass for the next ritual, so that is the end of that for Magic Baby. Now, here's the thing. I was also keeping some other stuff in storage for Alpha. Some other Anima Bionics. The Psychic Dryad. A little Dryad lives in your brain, gives you all sorts of extra psychic powers. Lowers melee dodge chance, though. Ooh. You understand human emotions. In combat, however, being able to unconsciously read enemies' aggression can cause hesitation. I understand. Would make Magic Baby much more powerful in terms of psychic sensitivity, but I want you to be our combat character. Oh, we've got to give you the Anima Spine. All this stuff I was saving for Alpha, we just give to Magic Baby instead. What the fuck? You can't move in here. Get out. Go away. So for today, we shall leave it there with the knowledge that Alpha will be saved tomorrow, no matter what. I've gotten away with far too much over the course of this playthrough, but this is a line that they've crossed that there's no coming back from. We die or they die. No middle ground. Oh, Magic Baby's pregnant with herself. Magic Baby and her other quantum form are having a baby of their own. Terrifying. Really just terrifying. More importantly, it's winter. Festive favor. Oh, do I have a Christmas present for the Republic of Randy? Thank you all for joining me here today. I'm very excited to unleash 70 dinosaurs on the Republic. I think that'll be a nice Nice change of pace. Thank you to the executive producer patrons for making this series possible in the first place. A big thank you to Ash Suna, Zoe Renner, Mika, Reptile, Solothal, Captain Tess, Bonk Trauma, Fazon GLaDOS, Space Soap, Jessica Smith, Ruck, Dwomut Sixer, Frozen Solid, Ciceray, Knockmore No, Rambler Uno, Huntsman, Calvin Dishes, Zero's Legion, A Pine Tree, Michael Bolt, Heathen, Bjornulf, Endable 55, and thank Oscar for hi mates. Thank you all for joining me here today in a little Rim. Very excited for tomorrow. I think this has been a cool plot twist that I wasn't expecting. Thank you as well to Tyrannar, Nox Immortalis, Aluminum, F Oil, Revan, Ameg Meridian, Dr. Louis, Jason R, all the waifu references, Leopold Morty, Nicky in Wonderland, Bob38, Mr. Yeti, Z Audio 951, Varsia, and Cascavel. Thank you